2020 has been a monumentally shitty year, and I'm sure I'm not alone when I say that I am really looking forward to starting a new year, having a fresh start and a new beginning. Now is the perfect moment to spend a little bit of time with your journals, your thoughts, and your self-help books to think about some of the things that you want to change in 2021 to improve your life. So hello, good people of the internet. My name is Hexa, and in this video, I'm going to give you a few tips, a few pointers, a few habits to implement in 2021 to help you go in the right direction. The tips that I've come up with are things that anyone can do. They don't take a lot of time, they don't cost a lot of money, they're simple and straightforward to implement, and I'm sure that they can help pretty much anyone who watches this video, so make sure you watch till the end because you never know which one of these tips is going to be the perfect one for you. But let's get right into it. Here are 8 ways to improve your life in 2021. Tip number 1 is to identify the problems in your life and figure out solutions. This sounds pretty obvious, right? Like, duh, who wouldn't have thought of that? But have you ever really actually sat down to think about what are the problems that keep showing up in your life over and over and over again? The frustrations, the setbacks that you just never really addressed. Every year, a lot of people set generic New Year's resolutions for themselves, like drink more water, stop smoking, lose weight, etc. And these are not bad goals to have, but they're also very general things and very obvious things, and oftentimes they're not tailored to your own individual needs. They don't look at your personal life holistically. So sit down for a little while and ask yourself questions like, what's not working? Where am I losing or wasting a lot of time? What obstacle do I find keeps getting in my way over and over again? What action do I keep repeating that makes me feel shitty every single time? What do I find myself constantly complaining about over and over again and never resolving? There's probably a lot of things that repeatedly frustrate you, bother you, get in your way, and you complain about them, and then you forget about them, and then you don't address them, and then they just keep happening again. These can be big things or small things. It could be you constantly feel stressed out because you have too much stuff, but you keep procrastinating doing a proper declutter. Or you want to increase your earning potential or pursue a new job, but you keep being told that there's a specific qualification or certification that you need that you don't have. It could even be something as simple as your headphone wire keeps getting caught on doorknobs and you just hate that, but you keep on putting off buying AirPods. So find these little things or these big things and fix them. Write down the problem and figure out the solution. Tip number 2 is to turn off notifications on all of your social media apps. I use my phone as my alarm clock, which I'm sure a lot of people do. And every single morning when I reach for my phone to turn off my alarm, I see a screen full of notifications from Instagram and Twitter and Facebook that are just calling my name and asking for my attention and asking me to go see what has happened on my social media while I was sleeping. Realistically, none of these things are things that I need to check right then and there or else the world will explode. But what do you do when you see these notifications? You click on it and then you end up on Instagram where you can see someone's photo of their perfect body or their perfect life that makes you feel inadequate. And then you go over to Twitter where you can see someone sharing some shitty opinion that makes you angry. In all likelihood, you're going to open these social media apps at some point during the day anyways. You don't need to see notifications to get prompted. So just turn off notifications. It's super simple. It takes 2 minutes and it has made my life so much better. I do not spend my first 5 minutes after opening my eyes scrolling through social media. It's the best thing ever. You don't have to start your day looking at photos of people who make you feel inadequate, reading about political opinions that make you angry, and watching TikToks that have jump scares in them. Tiny change, big impact. Tip number 3 is to make a meal plan, write a shopping list, and stick to it. Also, for a little double whammy, make sure you eat before you go shopping so that you don't buy more unnecessary snacks. Using a meal plan and a shopping list can really help you stick with your clean eating goals, because if you don't put crappy food on your shopping list and then you don't put the crappy food into your shopping cart, then you don't have the crappy food at home to reach for and mindlessly eat throughout the day. Most of the time, all of the potato chips and cookies and chocolate that you buy in the supermarket are things that you buy because you are hungry, because you're stressed, because you're craving something, and then it ends up in your house where you're just gonna eat it whenever you are bored or stressed or feeling some kind of need for stimulation. I'm not saying you can't buy snacks. I have snacks in my house, but the difference is to be mindful about how much you actually need to buy, how many snacks you actually need, what kind of snacks you are buying. Think about it a little bit and be like, okay, which snacks make me feel like crap every time I eat them? Maybe let's not buy those. But which snacks do I feel like are a nice reward for a job well done, or for doing a hard workout, or just at the end of a long day? Buy the foods and the snacks that are gonna make you feel good and help you stay on track for your goals, and eat before you go shopping so you can have a little bit more impulse control around those trigger foods that you see in all the pretty packaging on the shelves in the supermarket. Doing this tip also really helps prevent food waste, because you're not buying a bunch of ingredients that you don't know what you're gonna do with them, so you shove them in your fridge, forget about them, and then they rot away in there until you throw them away. It's a waste of food, it's a waste of money, and I think it's just really a shame to let that happen. All in all, it's going to encourage a healthier, more balanced diet and a better relationship with food. Tip number 4 is to set routines and schedules instead of to-do lists. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't make to-do lists ever. I think to-do lists are really great for those kind of like little one-off errands and things that need to get done, things that don't happen often on a regular basis. To-do lists are great for that, but most of us have things that we want to be doing or need to be doing on a daily or weekly basis. Things like grocery shopping, date night, family night, therapy, and daily wellness habits like journaling, exercise, meditation. Setting routines and schedules helps put you into a rhythm of doing those things without even having to think about them. You create your routine, you create your schedule, you write out your weekly timetable. It takes you a few weeks to adjust and get used to it and really fall into that rhythm, and then you never have to think about it again. Morning routines and night routines I find are really helpful for habit stacking and kind of just like grouping those daily healthy habits together so that you just get them done and out of the way. To-do lists, as I said, are great for one-off errands, things like buying a birthday present, making an appointment with your doctor, going to the post office, and then schedules help offer a little bit more structure to your days and weeks so that you don't have to constantly be reminding yourself to do the things that need to get done. You don't have to put it on a to-do list every day, and you don't have to end up with situations like, oh crap, there's no more milk because I forgot to go shopping because there is no set grocery shopping day. This tip is essentially all about streamlining. Setting a morning routine and a night routine might look like sitting down and writing out a list of habits that you want to do every single day, and then splitting them into the morning routine and the night routine based on which one is more appropriate for which time of day. So for example, you might say my morning routine starts at 7 a.m. and lasts 2 hours. In this time, I will read a few pages of my book, do 20 minutes of exercise, take a shower, walk the dog, meditate, and have my breakfast. My night routine starts at 9 p.m. and lasts 1.5 hours. During this time, I will write in my journal, do my skincare routine, have a chill yoga session, and watch an episode of something funny with my partner. Whatever your personal goals are, find a way to squeeze those little helpful daily habits into your mornings and evenings. And then scheduling your week might look like assigning a set day when you go grocery shopping, a day when you do family night or date night or therapy. You can have a weekly set deep cleaning the house day, changing the bed sheets day. That way these tasks and errands don't end up piling up and being forgotten about. about. Depending on the kind of work you do, this could also mean batching your work days. So for example, if you do YouTube, you might say Monday is for planning, scripting, and keyword research. Tuesday is for filming. Wednesday and Thursday are for editing. Friday is for making the thumbnail, uploading the video, and inputting all of the tags and descriptions and metadata. And Saturday is when the video goes up. It might feel a little strict and limiting to have routines and schedules like this in the beginning. And of course you should leave some wiggle room in there for days when things need to be done differently. But I think overall you'll find that this will make your life so much easier and simpler and waste a lot less time. Tip number 5 is so simple and so easy and has been totally changing my life lately, and that is to take a book into the bathroom with you instead of your phone. Oh my god, life-changing. I don't know about you, but for me, bathroom time is like quiet time. It's actually like when I just get to be in there alone and relax and chill for a while. So I always end up spending more time in the bathroom than I need to, because it's just like a place where no one bothers me and I can just like, I don't know, be by myself. And I like doing this, and it's probably not gonna change. I'm probably always gonna be the person who spends more time in the bathroom than I need to. But what I don't like is the fact that most of the time when I'm in there, I am just scrolling. And the thing about social media is that it is designed to not give you any kind of set, clear stopping point. It prompts you to just keep scrolling to see what's next, and psychologically it's really hard to pull yourself away from your phone. Whereas books have natural stopping points. They have chapters and paragraphs. So I probably actually do spend less time in the bathroom when I bring a book than when I'm scrolling through Instagram. And it's time that I feel like is actually productive. Like I've literally read like 200 pages in the last week just from bringing a book into the bathroom with me. Like I have not read in any other place, and I've read like 200 pages in a week, and that's great. This is so simple, so easy, takes no time out of your day that you weren't probably spending already, and it replaces a mindless, time-wasting activity with one that is a little bit more intellectual and educational, completely effortlessly. Tip number 6 is to write down your goals and then break them up into bite-sized steps and milestones. I read about a study that says that when you write down your goals, it automatically makes you 1.4 times more likely to achieve them just by writing it down. I think the reason why this works is it helps you get clear on your goals, commit to them, and recognize them as something you really want to do rather than just a fleeting thought. I think it's also nice to be able to look back on the goals that you've written down in the past and see how far you've come and how many of them you've accomplished. So the next step after writing down your goal is to break it up and set mini goals, mini milestones within that goal. Create a step-by-step plan for how you will actually achieve that goal, because a goal without a plan is just a wish. Focus on things that are within your control as much as possible, and remember to leave a little bit of wiggle room within your step-by-step plan for failures and setbacks, because we all know that the path to greatness is not linear. It is like this and sometimes very stressful, and shit happens and you have to be prepared for that. And if you're not prepared for failure and you're not able to be flexible and adapt, if you're too strict about exactly the way that you want to reach your goals, then you'll potentially let one small derailment throw your whole plan off course and just quit. Essentially, you want to distribute the work evenly throughout the time frame that you want to achieve this goal within, so that you don't let the work pile up. Tip number 7 is to stop multitasking, because multitasking does not work. It is not a thing. Your brain is not capable of focusing on more than one task at a time. So every time that you are multitasking, you're really just switching between two tasks very quickly, and every single time you do that, you lose focus, you lose momentum, and your brain takes a lot of time to zero in on the task at hand. Whenever I try to multitask, Both tasks take longer. It is a giant waste of time. There are, of course, a few exceptions. For example, two tasks that use different senses or different parts of the brain. So for example, I would not cook while I'm watching something because both of those need me to look at what I'm doing, but I would cook while listening to a podcast because I don't really need my ears when I'm cooking. But essentially, try to stay focused and concentrated on one thing at a time because it really, like, you lose focus so easily when you try to do two things at once. Even though you might feel like you're being productive, you're probably actually just taking longer. My last tip is to make physical notes instead of mental notes and stop using your brain as a storage device for random memos and to-dos. Have you ever had that experience where you're just lying in bed and you're trying to fall asleep, but you can't because there's 1,000 thoughts flitting through your head like, oh, I need to go buy a birthday present for this person, or oh, I need to check out that song my friend told me about, or oh, I had this great idea for a YouTube video that I want to do, or oh, I need to remember to make an appointment with my doctor, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, that's probably because you're not writing those things down. Your brain is intended for storing valuable, relevant information that it needs to be able to quickly bring out to the surface when it needs that info. All of these random memos, reminders, and ideas are kind of tap dancing in this weird limbo state between short-term memory and long-term memory, and it's making your brain constantly stress the fuck out because it knows it needs to remember that thing. Like, it knows that there's a thing that it needs to remember to do, but that thing is not going to be relevant anymore in like 2 days from now. So if you're having trouble sleeping, if you're feeling disorganized and stressed out, get yourself an everything book. I have a notebook that I basically just write random stuff in whenever it comes to mind. Or get yourself a planner, a journal, whatever you want to do, post-it notes, anything. Send yourself a text if you need to. Just write all that stuff down, dump it out onto paper, and stop making your brain have to remember these little things all the time that you could just as easily write down. As soon as you write the thing down on paper, your brain actually feels as if it's been done already, and it relaxes completely. It's awesome. So yes, whenever you have an idea, a thought, a reminder, a resolution that you decided you want to pursue, an ingredient you have to buy for tomorrow's dinner, an email you have to send, some song lyrics you came up with, anything like that, any ideas, thoughts, to-dos, memos, etc., just write them down somewhere. Anywhere. Somewhere where you're gonna check it every day, and you're golden. So those were my 8 simple tips to improve your life in 2021. These are gonna streamline your schedule, simplify your days, make better use of your time, and improve your productivity, your happiness, and your health. Leave me a comment down below letting me know which one of these 8 tips you will be implementing first in the new year, or if you're gonna be implementing all of them, because, you know, the theory of marginal gains, lots of little things stack up to make a big thing. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you have an awesome 2021. I'm really looking forward to the new year. I just always get so excited to have a fresh start. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell to be notified every single time I upload. You can also follow me on my other social media. All my links are down below, as well as my Patreon, where you can donate to support this channel. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!